Hi, welcome to this story about relationships, and in particular, about coping with a relationship breakdown. We will begin by asking a question: are you happy in your relationship? Is there anything troubling you about your relationship? Do you find your relationship comfortable, or downright painful? In this narrated story, you are being invited to consider a relationship as being compared to a pair of shoes. And you are being asked the question: how comfortable are these shoes to wear?
My name is Patricia Hesnan. I would like to welcome you to this recording to give examples of how to improve our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. Relationships are like shoes. When they start to hurt, we must remove them and take a look at what is causing the problem. Perhaps they are too tight, and we may need to expand them a little. A relationship that is too tight and overwhelming cramps us both physically and emotionally. Shoes that are too tight will inhibit our circulation, cause us discomfort, and distract and delay us on our journey. Maybe it's just a loose heel that is causing the problem, but it is causing discomfort. This could be some small issue in a relationship, like one person always being late or not keeping promises. This can create a lack of trust. Like the shoes, do we ever know when they will let us down? Perhaps we could take a good look at what is causing the problem. Is there enough support in them? Are they there for us when we need them? Are we unbalanced in our shoes? Unbalanced in our relationships? Maybe those shoes were not designed for our particular feet. Solomon asks, would we put on a new pair of shoes knowing they were uncomfortable and then walk 50 miles in them? We could experience a lot of unnecessary pain if we did. Would we enter into a long-term agreement with another, knowing we were incompatible? Are we unsteady in our shoes, in our relationships? If the shoes are unsuitable, we will miss the enjoyment of the journey and spend most of our time buying plasters, healing cuts, getting lifts from others when we couldn't walk, and sitting on the roadside in tears. Do we not do this also in life? When did our shoes first start to hurt? Was it the day we fitted them on? Was it the first day we walked a distance in them? We had blisters on our feet and could not walk very far. We only felt pain and most certainly did not enjoy the journey. For instance, on the first important event, did your partner fail to turn up on time and then drank themselves silly? How did you feel? You felt hurt. Many incidences followed which indicated unsuitability, and you felt hurt again. They overwhelm you, over or underestimate you, take you for granted, control you, annoy you, take over your life and show every sign of not being suited to you, and more hurt and pain ensues. You feel you cannot change these shoes, and you don't know where you would find another pair. Do you really feel you can change this person? Do you feel you can change them by squeezing them into this space? Face it, these shoes do not suit your feet. So what are you going to do now? I see. So you're going to keep wearing them until you can force the shape of your own feet into them. And then they will be all right. If only they stopped drinking, then they would be okay. If they only learned to treat you better, then everything would be okay. Maybe if you could fit them in with your friends, then it might be okay. If you could fit in with their friends, it might be okay. Oh, but it's hard wearing those shoes all day and most of the night. Someone suggested stepping out of those shoes altogether, getting out of the marriage, getting out of the relationship, and getting shoes that fit you better. You say, how dare they insinuate that there is something wrong with your feet or your shoes, you or your relationship, etc. Perhaps buying something new to wear might at least cheer you up. Perhaps even a new house and a new neighbourhood might help things work out better. Unfortunately, this still does not ease the pain. So what do? You decide to continue wearing them until they fall off your feet, or until your feet are so sore and out of sync that no other shoes will fit them. And the shoes you had are no longer of any use to anyone else either, because now they have become so worn and tattered. Did you know that you could not really change the shape of them? There is only so much leather in a pair of shoes. There is a limit to how much we can try and change others. But we can stretch and change ourselves as we see fit.
I will ask my higher power to help me recognize how and when I am forcing my relationship to work. In other words, I will ask the question, am I forcing my shoes to fit? Am I forcing this relationship to work? I will ask myself, am I forcing myself to fit into these shoes? In other words, am I forcing myself to fit into this relationship? Today I will spend some time reflecting on my relationship.